Hello everyone, this is Mike.
And Zoe.
And today we are gonna do episode 19, I think. Or am I wrong?
Don't remember.
19. Officially promoted to 19, whether it's correct or wrong. Anyway, so what we need to do is... we need to continue with the cycle. If I remember correctly, the situation we left it's yellow rolls the die. Completes movement, and now you need to click on the card. So if you click on the deck, you get a new card.
Push rise 3, so he would get end up here.
Well, yeah. The thing is, you can usually push opponents, but in this situation, you're the only one on the board, so you'd be able to push yourself. Which is you have to push yourself, which is an interesting thing already. It's something we need to remember for next time. Okay, but yeah, we're stuck on card landed, right? You can see here in the console it says card landed. It's weird that we got a console like externally placed. There's two of them. I guess it's because of my other settings. Anyway, card landed, so that's where we ended, and that would be here when we uncover the card. And here is where we should move to the next state. Now let's go and take a look at our game manager, because I know we got a bunch of states. So here are the interaction, draw card, play card. That's the one. So here we're going to check all of the various plays, and then we go to the discard card phase. Right? So play card is where we need to go. So let's go to the card, and let's replace it with game manager.script.
Play card.
Open around and feed it card type. No.
Oh, it's a different kind of card type, yeah.
Yeah, the variable name.
Yeah, card type. Whoa. Okay, there.
Save. Okay, so now
Slightly long.
We are officially here. Okay. Now we ought to begin. Well, we need to start with these switches. Right? So here, start typing C for card type. It should appear right away. Nope, wrong. I don't know, case, of course. Space, tab, dot. Okay, and let's start with the easy ones, like lose 500. Put a colon.
Colon, enter,
break. Semicolon.
Save.
Okay, so now let's see how we deal with our score usually. Update score texts. No, it can't be this. There's gotta be, but we do know list players.score. Okay, how do we change the score? Let's go and take a look at player, because I can't remember.
Change score.
Oh, that's easy enough. With a specific increment. Well, with an increment. Oh yeah, specific is what score we want to put it at, and increment is the increment. That's perfect. So we're just gonna feed it minus 500.
Or a minus increment.
Yeah. So we're going to go here again, and right here we're going to say, well, we need the active player, right? So it's list underscore players. Go ahead.
Oh, lose for yourself? Okay.
Yeah. Players. Yeah. Open a square, and if I remember, you need to go to list turn sequence. That's the one. Open another square bracket, active turn or whatever it's called.
Active player.
That's the one. Close the square bracket twice. Dot score. No, dot change score.
Oh, oops. Change score.
Open. No, well, before you close it, wait a moment. Just open it for now, because then you get all of the suggestions. So increment. Okay, we need to increment by minus 500. So you type minus 500. Now, specifically, do you want to? No, you don't want to. And it defaults to 0. So close the bracket, semicolon. There we go. So once that's done, though, right, it goes to discard phase. And we'll see if that works correctly. Now there's one easy one that we can do if you just copy this.
Lose 1000.
Paste it here. Change this to 1000. And change this to 1000.
We'll get a problem though if we have 500 and then we get to lose 1000. We'll get minus 500 score.
I don't understand what you... Oh, no, yeah, sure. I don't think it's a big deal. We can decide to clamp it to 0 if you want to. That would be fine by me. Or we can let it go into the negatives so you have a debt. I think that would be fine too.
I would prefer to clamp it to 0.
Alright, sounds good. No debts? You don't like debts?
I do not like debts.
Fair enough. And then I taught you well. Usury is not nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what usury is?
No. So
So why did you say yeah, you potato?
Potato.
Usury is what bankers do, which is they give you some money, they lend you some money, and then they charge interest on the money they give you. Yeah. So whenever people take a mortgage on their home, they need to pay it back, but they also need to pay interest.
More.
This particular thing is called usury. Now, for some things, like the mortgage for your house, you cannot live without usury. But if you can avoid being trapped in usury as the person who, needs the money, that's much better. Okay. So here, so we want to avoid the negatives. So right here, we're going to say score equals. Okay, that could be interesting. No, I've got a solution. Okay, mathf dot clamp
usual clamp function
score
for clamping score
comma 0 comma mathf
another mathf
dot abs.
dot abs.
Do you remember what abs does?
Abs flips everything to positive.
Right. Score close 2 brackets semicolon. So what does this mean? That whatever score it receives, it's going to clamp it between 0 and whatever that score would be if it were positive. So how is this going to work? Say minus 500, right, would be here. It would clamp it between 0 and between 500, 0 and 500. What is it closer to? Minus 500.
Minus 500, it's closer to 0.
That's right. Therefore, it would clamp it to 0, right? And let's say you have 1,500. So 1,500, clamp it between 0 and 1,500. So what will be the result?
So we have plus 1,500?
Yeah.
Then that went 1,500.
Yeah, it would stay exactly where it is. That's why this particular formula is safe as it is now for our score machinery. Okay, so that's done. Now let's go back to the game manager and see what other cases we've got. So type case, space, tab, dot. Okay, so closest breakdown and closest refuel. These are interesting, but require a bit of AI. Deploy mine. This one is interesting. Restart lap. Okay, this one would apply to yourself. Okay, so let's do this. Actually, wait a second. Restart lap also needs us to go to a place and figure it out, so it's also going to require a bit of AI. Let's try and get all of the absolute easiest out of the way. So steal card, we're going to have to remove it because it doesn't actually exist. We can't keep cards anymore. Swap needs interaction with the player. Skip turn, this one's fairly easy. Target.
Skip turn is basically the same as breakdown.
Yes, exactly. So skip turn should be easy to do because we already have a breakdown. So put a break over here. Yeah, save. So let's go to evaluate landing tile. Okay. And down here, breakdown. There it is. Okay, so...
Well, we don't want the PFXs.
Good question. I think... I think we may want to. I don't know. So we don't want to change the score, but I do think we want to add a breakdown. So we're gonna copy all of this and go right here and paste it. Save. Now, for the record, I'm not a big fan of copying and pasting stuff around, especially when it's identical. You may want to create a method or a function for that you use somewhere else more intelligently than we're doing right now. But I don't think that for this particular project, it warrants us being this perfect. I think we can live with this. Okay, now we need to go to the harder ones. So let's start with the ones that require AI for movement. So go case, card type, no, space, tab, dot. And you want, Wait. Let's begin with. Well, restart lap should be really easy. So, break. Semicolon. Okay, save. So when we restart the lap, it's very easy. All we want to do is we want to go back to tile 0. That's really it. So what we should do is do some kind of overtake that bounces you back to...
A huge overtake.
That's right. That bounces you all the way back to
But
tile
what
0.
if you're really close to the start? That you will have to go back, not forward.
Well, you won't be able to really see that. Unless you want to do it the slow way, but that would take ages. I think it'd be much better to jump, and the players will just accept, oh dear, I actually lost the lap. Right? So,
but we need to change the score. It won't count as a lap, that.
Well, we'll put them on 0. So it's the crossing hasn't really happened. So it wouldn't be a problem.
So it won't cross it with the car thing.
Yes. Right, so let's take a look. I think that the player has some kind of overtake somewhere. Check for overtake. No, that's not what we want. Take malus, dist 1. Okay, so this is the distance. The distance is 1. And that's when you get overtaken. Now what we can do is we can call take malus for any int, which is quite nice. So let's take a look at what player motor take malus does. Take malus distance 1. Yeah, move by distance, blah, 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 next tile, card minus distance. Yeah, thought so. Okay, so that's not a problem. So all we need to do is find out which tile we're on, which is very easy. It's current tile.
Yes.
Right? We get its ID, and we do minus its ID to get to 0. Right? Because start is at 0. So let's say that the ID is 61. 61 minus 61 makes?
61 minus 61, 0.
There we go. So all we need to do is we need to go back to Game Manager, and right here we're going to say
current tile.
Just say list of players to sequence active player. Copy all of this, paste it here. Dot take malus. Yeah, there it is. And here you need to feed it. Paste this again. Dot current tile. Dot ID, tile ID. There it is. Close the round bracket. Without the A. Semicolon. So this should cause a massive overtake animation that leads you back to start. Or forward to start. It doesn't matter. But you will just be teleported there, basically. Okay. And I think we're going to use this whole take malus.
Shouldn't we just check if these ones work?
I guess we can, but there's a very strong possibility that we don't get them. Which shouldn't be a problem, because whatever we don't get, it just goes to the discard phase. So perhaps it'll work. Let's take a look at the discard phase. You would need to click on the card. So on the card, where's our input manager? There it is. So if you instead click on case, quote, underscore, card, close the quote, colon, enter, break, semicolon. Yeah, and copy this entire thing, paste it here, type discard phase, there it is, discard phase, discard. Okay, save. So now when we click on the card, when we're able to do so, it should go to discard, and it finally changes turn. And it says change in turn. So let's see how this works. This should kind of work already.
Okay.
Press and play. Come on! Okie dokie, so yellow again.
I forgot that we can't press space. So.
Yeah, I'm clicking on the dice. I have full control. Okay. So, we got lose 500. We lost 500. That we discarded the card. Okay, there's no animation for discarding. We're going to have to add that. But you see the turn has progressed. That's perfect. Okay.
Now let's see if we get another.
Lose 500 has worked. We get to 3. Get a card. Steal, as you can see, if you don't discard them, they're on top of one another. Now steal shouldn't do anything. And and I discarded. Okay, so it's working. Now it's red's turn. That's okay, we'll fix this in a moment. 11, nice roll. Overtake, overtake. Dun, 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 dun. Get a card. I can't read.
Steal 500, it says.
All right. Well, it's working. We need to also update all of these instructions. So let's begin by adding this animation for the card because it's really crippling our game. Right? So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we need to even destroy the card after it's been discarded. So there's quite a lot that we need to do. We're gonna need another I enumerator, and we're gonna need another public void. So call this one public void. Actually, wait. Do we? Yes, we do. Public void discard. Open, close round.
Discard the card.
Open, close.
Open, enter, close.
Yeah, but you also added an A for reasons best known to yourself. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is really fairly easy. We're gonna copy all of this, paste it here. Call this one. You can't call it discard. Call it discard now. I don't know. Now, yeah. Copy this. Create an I enumerator right here.
Okay.
Paste, space, yeah. Open, close, open squiggly, and close it. Okay, save. So let's see now what this one is going to do. So it's got, I think we're gonna copy this exactly as it is. Copy, paste it here. Okay, so I just realized we do not actually have a place for this card to go. We don't have the correct anchors for this. So we need to create a new anchor. That's not a problem. We're just gonna go do it. So let's take a look at our deck as usual. There it is, cards, deck, and it's got spawn point. That's our anchor to start. Now the anchor to end should be at the bottom of the deck, right? So duplicate spawn point, rename it to end point. Yeah, end point is fine.
Oh, so you want me to type it again? Okay, end point.
Hit enter. Okay.
There.
Now here, okay, as you can see, Unity keeps on doing its stupid little thing here, that it adds loads of floats and stuff. Just ignore that. I misclicked. Okay, so here it is. Now instead of 4, where are we gonna go? Well, we're gonna go down here, and down here it should be 0 actually. Yes, there. So we're just gonna put it at 0, 0, 0. That's our endpoint. Now we need to go create a variable for it in the game manager. Where are our anchors? There they are. Okay, copy all of this, paste it here, and call this one discard anchor. Okay, save. So now we're gonna need that one in the card. Now here, let's see what the situation is. So passing time, transform position, blah, blah, blah. Now one thing we're not gonna need is we're not gonna need the bounce. So all of the bounce code can just boop, go. Where are we gonna go? We're gonna go from landing anchor, so copy this, paste it here, and we are gonna go to discard anchor. So start typing D, discard anchor, there it is, save. And instead of card end and card start, we're gonna reverse them. So cut this, paste it here, save. No, I don't know if this is actually gonna work fine. We'll find out as we do it. I suspect it's not gonna look that great, but we'll see. Delta time, okay, everything here should just work. And what we can do at the end is we can say destroy, open round bracket, game object.
Okay. Destroy.
Dosed.
And that's debug. Destroy.
Destroy.
I so can't type today.
Destroy. Destroy. Destroy game object.
Game object.
Close the round. So it will only be destroyed after the entire movement has been completed. That's the beauty of coroutines. Okay, so that's good. So all we need to do is call discard when we actually click it. So back on the input manager, game manager script discard. Okay, that's brilliant. We're gonna use the game manager to in fact discard. So play card is right here. Discard is cards to draw higher than 0. Draw phase true, right? If not, it doesn't matter. the first thing we're gonna do here is we need to discard that card. Wait a moment. Do we know which card is active? I don't know that we do. So let's, yes, we've got a variable called card. Brilliant. So you can say card dot discard.
Don't discard.
Yeah, open, close, right, semicolon. All right, now let's test this. Hopefully it won't be broken. Roll the dice. Always yellow. Sun. Oh, boom.
Boing.
Push, -1. Well, that doesn't work. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I know what's
boy.
going on. We forgot to assign the anchor.
Our usual assigning bad things.
Where is it? Dude, I don't see it.
Game scores?
No, it can't be there.
Or did you just click it?
It's gotta be card speed, card height, game score, tiles, revolutions, anchors. Where are you? Material, border materials. Okay, none of these. Okay, I need to go take a
They're
look.
probably private.
Okay.
Yeah, hide and inspector. They're all hide and inspector.
No, see, this one's serialized field, but I realized I forgot something.
Our usual Dropbox issue.
Bloody Dropbox.
Bloody.
Type J, save. Okay, now let's get Unity to complain for a bit. No, this doesn't work. I know. Save. So where is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be under lap score ratio. Lap score ratios. There they are. Huh? What? But. I don't understand. There. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm a fool. Okay, so discard. You were absolutely correct. Now let's see where we assign them. Not here. Probably in setup deck is my guess. Can't see if you lean forward.
Sorry, setup deck is
setup
there.
deck.
Oops, I pointed.
There it is. Okay, copy all of this. Paste it here. Call this one discard anchor.
Discard anchor.
Yeah, and now rename this to end with a capital E. Save.
Whoa, press Control D.
Save it again.
What does Control D do?
No idea. But there's many like sequential shortcuts in Visual Studio. Finally, Mr. Blue One was first.
Hooray.
Ha! On the mine.
Bye. Boing.
Okay.
To break down. Useless.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, what? The variable discard anchor of game manager. But we just did. We just did. Unless it's Unity being difficult again with that utter rubbish.
Rubbish.
So discard anchor, it's here. Deck, endpoint. Am I doing anything stupid here? I don't think so. It's right here. Endpoint. Anything odd?
It's in the deck and also
Copy
in the cards.
this just to make absolutely
Control
sure.
C.
Yeah. Paste it here.
Control V.
Save.
Nothing. No.
Let's make another error again deliberately.
Instead, now it's H.
Okay, clear. Okay.
And
Save.
let's hope it works now.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to actually click on Game Manager on this script. I'm going to click it here. I'm going to see if it's here. It's there. It is. Discard anchor. Awake. It's. What do you mean, etc.? You lazy person. Okay. Well, at least the variable's there. But then again, we didn't have the
Green and not yellow.
and not blue. And 7 and not 5.
Push.
There we go.
That was a weird
It
rotation.
It discarded, but the rotation looks really odd. So what I think we should simply do is we should drag the card and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even if it doesn't spin, it's fine. We just drag it in. I think that'll look better.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for us to do that and quickly test it, we're simply going
Make
to...
alert.
No, just tell it goodbye.
Bye.
No more rotation. Right, so we simply slide it over there.
Okay, so this should have a rotation. Oh, yellow.
7.
And 7 again. Swap.
There we go. I think that's way
Nice.
better. Yeah, you agree?
Yep.
Okay. And the card
Okay.
should have disappeared. Let's see. Yes, it's not here. Okay, awesome. So everything's working. Now, now there is a problem. Well, we'll worry about that in a bit. But there is a problem. Our card that gets played, some cards require an interaction before we can go to the discard phase. So we need to be a bit careful when we play it. You see, say here when we say play card. Wait, let me lower these guys. All right, where we say play card, it goes to discard phase for sure. That's not necessarily correct. So we're gonna have to be careful. So cut this play discard phase. Actually, wait a moment. No, leave it there. We're gonna do another switch later. So restart lap. This one is fine.
We've only tested lose 500 right now.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna wait to test them all before we start working on the others.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so do another one. Case.
Case.
Tab dot.
Dot.
And this one is we are going to do closest breakdown or closest refuel. So let's start with breakdown. Colon, enter, break.
Breakdown. Okay,
Semicolon.
done.
Save. Okay.
So we need the same, like... Wait, skip to breakdown. So we're going to skip this one to the breakdown. So we do want to instantiate a breakdown, right? So we can copy some of this. Some of the stuff we
No,
skip turn.
because all we need to do is we need to evaluate where we land.
Evaluate landing tile. Evaluate landing tile.
Yeah, that's correct. So we're gonna use. That's interesting. So how do we usually evaluate landing tile? Control F for me.
Okay.
I think it needs. It depends. Okay, receive completed move. So it depends. Ooh, update raised positions. That's important. We need to actually call that after the malus. So copy this. And let's go back to play card. This one for where start lap, paste it. We need to update the race positions after we've changed that position. It's very important, right? Okay, so evaluate landing tile. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. Let me see if that one uses next tile, execute malus. Yes, it does. Okay, awesome. So back to this. And we are going to do that. But it must depend on... Yeah, because it depends on current tile, not on next tile. Which I don't know if it's a good idea. Well, we need to wait for the movement to finish. So you see, even for this one, we're going to have to wait for the movement to finish. So we're going to need a few more phases. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so copy this discard phase. Paste it here and call this one select victim phase. Select victim phase. Save. Okay, so that's where you get to select who gets hurt. And then paste it again and go wait for card play phase. I don't know if it's very descriptive. Card play phase. Save. Okay, so all of these phases, right? We need to basically use. We need to use them. Select victim is the one that. No, for now. Copy this one. Wait for card play. So let's see. Lose 500. This one doesn't need wait for card play. Skip turn doesn't need for wait for card play, but restart lap definitely does. So we're actually going to remove this and we are going to say paste this equals true, semicolon. Now remember the problem with all of these, oops, my bad. The problem with all of these bools is that we actually need to reset them when we start a turn. So let's do it right now because otherwise we'll forget it. And that's an issue. So start turn, I guess it's not here. Draw phase. There they are, right? So paste it here, go false, equals false, semicolon. Now here type victim, type the word victim. There it is, equals false, semicolon. All right, now we're sure. I like this. Okay, now here, wait for card play phase. All right, now that means that we are going to have to know certain things. And our player motor here, when we execute the malus, check for overtake, that's fine. Current tile, player next tile. And what we are going to do, okay, receive completed move. That's the one you see right here. And what we are going to do here is we're going to say if open game manager dot script dot paste close open squiggly enter close it.
How can we?
What do you mean?
There's no argument for it.
Well, that's a bool.
Yeah, it's a bool.
Copy all of this, paste it here. So we will receive a completed move after we've done that. Now I have a worry, which is that completed move could do all sorts of other things. So let's see evaluate landing tile, what it does. Okay. Yeah, it goes to draw phase, it does all sorts of crazy things. So what we are going to have to do is add some kind of argument to ask questions. Because draw phase is only correct if we need to go to the draw phase. Okay, so we need to check which state we're in at the moment. So let's see what phases we have again, because I can't remember. So we got draw phase, so that's before the draw phase. Do we have a phase before draw phase? I don't think so. Which would mean if draw phase is false. Okay, so, but yeah, that's not perfect. Okay. Let me think this through, because perhaps this draw phase over here is also not ideal now that we have this wait for card play phase. I don't know. I need to think this through. So here in draw phase, let's start something, type if not draw phase, yeah, close, open, enter, close. Okay, save. And inside here we need an if not paste. Oh, undo, this is the wrong one. You want card play phase. No, we're already in game manager, banana. Card play phase. Play card phase, there it is. Actually, no, I think that's kind of wrong. That's not the one. Let's type phase. There they are. Discard phase, draw phase, wait for card play phase. Okay, this is the one. So if we're not waiting, then we can draw the phase. Cut, paste here. Okay, now else, if we are waiting for play, li, else.
Okay, else.
Save. So if we're not waiting for the card play, it's draw phase, and that's fine. But if we are waiting for the card play phase, then we want to evaluate. So it's interesting because here we may in fact actually count it as a lap if you go back. Well, this will be another problem to worry about. So here we should do receive completed movement. So copy this, paste here. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? This is recursive. It would go crazy. It's evaluating itself again. This would crash. So we either go to draw phase or go to discard phase. which is this one. Now, in order to do that, we need to change and create a new one here. Yeah, copy the entire draw phase here, paste it here, call this one discard phase. Save. Okay, so draw phase is false. Type it, false.
Oh, alright, false, sorry. False.
Ah, wait a moment, because our discard does something. Ay, ay, ay. It depends on card to draw. Wait, but I don't understand. How do you go to derivatives? Okay. Okay, copy all of this and paste it here. So we need to go back to draw phase if done that after we discuss. No. Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Your dad is slow in the brain. Put this one on true.
Okay.
And save. Now copy discard phase and paste it here. Semicolon. Okay, now I'm quite confident this should be correct. So let's recap this one. When we analyze where we fall, if we are not in the draw phase, that's fine. Then we need to check if we're not in the wait for card phase, right? And now in the beginning, you're never in the wait for card phase because you need to draw.
Yes.
So it leads you to the draw phase. But you have drawn, and therefore you have seen what the card is playing, and you're waiting for the card play phase. Then you need to go into the discard phase. Now all the discard phase allows you to do is click on the card to discard it. And when you discard it, you're gonna get the card to be discarded, the discard phase to go false, and if there are more cards to draw, then it goes to the draw phase again. And that's that. And it should actually work as it is. Alright, so discard phase, that's good. Right, let's copy all of this. Paste it here. Not here. Yes, here. Not here.
Yes.
Yes, here. Save. Okay, so that's all correct now, or should be. And now, instead of, so skip turn, if card type skip turn, it should certainly not go to draw phase. It should go to discard phase right here. So here type discard. No, come on, Zo, focus. Discard. Okay, save. Now restart lap, wait for card play phase. The animation gets played, we land there, and then it goes to the discard phase. This should be correct. We now need to remove play card phase. Let's leave that, but save this.
Okay.
Okay, now copy this, paste it here and here. Save. Okay, now closest breakdown. Now we need to use the AI to find out where the closest breakdown is going to be. And we need to both check forward and backward. Now that's not that obvious. We're going to have to find a card that way. And I think we need to create a new function called find closest tile or something.
Okay, new function called find closest tile.
Yeah, so go further down, not in events. Not in events, further down. Hit Control M, there's too much stuff. Okay, calculations, that could be the one. Yeah, let's go there. Okay, so there, yeah, hit enter twice and call this one Yeah, make another public. No, I don't think it needs to be public, but just make it a tile. Do we even need a tile? No, make it an int. Yeah, and we'll find everything out. So here you're gonna type get closest tile. Add a word. Get closest tile direction. It's not very clear, but hopefully it'll be okay. Open around. No. You need stuff. So you need int player ID. Actually, no, you don't even need that. You need int tile ID. Lowercase t, so it's a variable. Tile ID. So you're gonna send this the int of the tile, comma, and you are going to need a tile type. Now this should be an enum. Yes, tile type. Okie doke. So start typing tile type. One down. TT. Save. Okay. So we are going to send this function where we are and what we want. And this function is going to have to be capable of finding whatever the closest one is. Do you have any ideas what we should use to do that?
Whatever the closest one is.
Yeah, how do we get there? Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, what can we use to check various things the same way many times?
Fours.
Yeah, we can use loops.
We can use
That's right. So we can use a loop to go forward, then a loop to go backward, then check which one of these has the smallest distance and return that. So here's what we're going to do. Here, type int and create a new one. And you're going to call this one closest forward. Forward. And give it a value of -1, just to indicate we haven't found.
Now we need the closest backward.
Now int closest backward. And equals -1 for not found. Save. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is you can do a for. Actually, can we go with a for? No, wait a moment. I don't think we can do a for loop. We need to do a while loop. So while, and you're going to say closest forward equals, I know how we'll do it. Equals to equals 0 actually. Close the round bracket. Open, yeah, enter, close it. Now wait before this. Change these -1s to 0s. Save. Okay. Now, what does 0 mean? 0 means we haven't moved from where we are now. What's up? You feeling poorly?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm just tired.
Okay. So, yeah, focus, because I'm trying to teach you some stuff here. Yeah. So while closest forward is 0, so we start with a value of 0 for the finding. And how are we going to do it? We're going to go up by 1 for each attempt, right? And what are we going to check? We're going to check if the tile that's next is of the tile type we want. Let's see if we actually can. Tile. It's public. Yes, we can. So we can go and check it. All right. So now, obviously, there's a problem, and that's why we're using a while. What happens if you reach 62?
62? Well, if you reach 62, well...
What if you reach tile 62? That's my point.
That's the start.
That's right. No, 62 doesn't exist.
Oh.
So we're always going to have that annoying little problem. Right? Because our tile ID...
So maybe if we could go while if it... Oh, wait, right, I made that one.
Yeah, well, you need another int actually here. So create another int.
Oh.
Yeah, it's already there. And call it current ID.
Current ID
equals
equals
tile ID.
tile ID
Semicolon.
Semicolon. I think I wrote L. No. Yes, I did. Save.
Okay, so good. Now, what we can do is we can use that as a starting reference. So we are going to copy closest forward, paste it here, plus plus, semicolon. Actually, not that. Yeah, it'll be okay. So now you also want copy current tile ID, paste it, plus plus, semicolon. Okay. Now obviously we need to check if the current tile ID has gone over the maximum amount of tiles, and if it has, what value do we give it?
If it has gone over the maximum, we give it like 0.
That's right. Not like, exactly.
Exactly.
So we say if open current ID.
Current ID.
Yeah, higher than, or rather higher or equals.
Higher equals then.
What? How do we
then
know how many tiles
start
we have?
tile.
No.
No, wait. Tiles dot length. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure.
yes.
Tiles dot length.
Close to, but not exactly. Tiles dot length minus 1. Close the bracket.
I think length is supposed to be capital.
Yes, it is. Wait a moment, I think we got insert on. Yeah, capital L. Save. Okay, so if the current tile ID is higher, not higher or equal.
You told me higher.
Yeah, no, it's my bad. If higher or equal would have actually been fine for length with a -1. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm lazy. So higher or equal. So if basically this number has reached 62, obviously 62 doesn't exist. So we're gonna say current ID equals 0. Semicolon. All right. And now that we have the current ID and the closest forward stored, what we can do now is we can check if this tile that corresponds to that ID, in fact, is the correct type. So you're going to say if, open round, tiles.
Sorry, tiles.
Will you stop with the capital letters? There's no variable with capital letters, ever.
Okay,
Tiles.
Tiles.
Yes, tiles, square bracket, current ID, close the square bracket, dot, type, 2 down, no 1 down, my bad, tab, equals TT. What does this mean? We have actually found it. That's what it means. Close the bracket, open the squiggly, enter, close the squiggly. So if we have found the tile we want, do we need to continue the loop?
No.
That's right, we stop the while loop. Now, so if we found the TT, all we need to do is we need to go exactly there. Oh, there's one thing that we need to be careful. We cannot cross the start line, and I wonder if this is gonna count. I don't know. It's actually an interesting point. Ooh, isn't this even better? Think about it. So, if we're close to the start line, right now what we're doing is we keep on searching even past the start line.
Yes.
But what if we forbade that?
Then his card would be cancelled.
Well, no, then he goes backwards instead. Goes to the closest backwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we reach the way back, if we reach the start, instead of doing what we did here, we are still going to break the loop, but we are going to say closest forward equals 100 and break the loop. Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and type closest forward equals 100.
So, but won't you get an error?
Well, we'll never use it. Semicolon. Save. Okay, and current ID doesn't matter. And here type break, semicolon. That's how we exit a loop. Save. And if instead, so if none of this has happened, none of this craziness, because I don't want people to cross the start this way, do you understand? Mm-hmm. So I'm forcing them to go back. And probably the same for going backward. I don't know. No, for going backward, it shouldn't be a problem. But wait, when we cross the thing back, Which, yeah, that may be a problem too. We may do it for back too. I don't know. So if tiles current ID tile type TT, we found the bloody tile that we want. Okay, so we can now, we already have closest forward correctly, so just break.
More breaks.
Yes.
Break.
Okay, so this is all done. Now let's cut closest backward. Put it right here. Okay, save. And now copy this bit, paste it here, copy the entire loop.
Now we're doing the same thing
Paste
for
it here.
backward.
Right, save. Now I just realized that this is dumb. Because this is not gonna work, because after one single loop cycle it'll be happy already. So change this to true. Write the word true.
There.
This means loop forever. Change this one to true as well. True, if you like it better. Okay, and now instead of plus plus, what do we do here? Well, actually, this one we do plus plus, but the current ID goes minus minus.
Minus, because we're going backward now.
Yeah, and if current ID is lower than 0, so
That's higher.
Change that to lower than 0.
0.
Then closest backward. Actually, copy this. We need to change closest backward. Then closest backward is 100. That's fine. Break. Otherwise, if we found the tile going backwards, simply break. Save. Okay. Now here, we are going to say, well, we need to check one against the other. If closest forward higher than closest backward, close the bracket.
Okay.
Open squiggly, enter, close it. So if closest forward is higher than closest backward, what do we return?
We return, if it's higher than closest backward, we return the closest forward.
If
it will set it to closest forward.
Why?
Because it's higher.
Yeah, and how is that closer if it's higher? If the distance is higher, how is it closer? You want to return the closer, right?
Yeah.
The closer one of the two. Which one is closer in this situation? Suppose closest forward is 10 tiles away and closest backward is 3 tiles away. Which one do you want to return?
Closest backward.
There we go. So type return closest backward.
Return close.
Semicolon. Now we need a couple else's. So else.
A couple?
Open quote.
A quote. Oh, that. The bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that by now this is obvious. Save. Okay. Now.
What if it was a different type of else, though?
Sure. Copy this. Paste it here. Invert this symbol.
Okay.
Save. Now which one do we need to?
Closest forward.
Copy this. Paste it here. Okay. Any other options that you see?
Any other options?
Any other possibilities that exist? So closest.
Well, they might be in the same spot.
Right. And which point? What do we need to do? You need to make an arbitrary choice as a designer. So if they are the same, what are we gonna do? Return forward or backward? I would say backward.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be a malice.
Then copy this, paste it here. Okay, so finally we've got all of this. Now, what can we do with this information? Well, we can play the malus with this direction. Now we need to remember one thing. The malus needs to go... one more thing. Very important. If we return the closest backward, we need to return it with a negative in front of it. Remember, we're going backward, so we need to have that. So return closest backward. Okay, so that's good. And closest forward instead gets a plus. That's fine. And ironically, we're going to have to turn them negative again because our malus calculation depends on a positive int received, meaning that if you send it a positive int, it's going to pull you back. If you get a negative int, it's going to pull you forward. Right, so that's a few strange things going on here. Okay, yeah, receive completed move. Okay, that's all fine. So back to the game manager, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to say closest forward. We're gonna use this one. Okay, so let's go to our play card right here, and what we're going to do is we're gonna copy this entire line.
Okay, copy
Actually,
that.
both of these, paste them here. And list for a little what? Take malus, and here we actually need to copy this function we just created. So copy this, paste it here, paste it, open around. So we need to feed it
Into
the tile ID, which is right here already, and now comma the tile type, which is tile type. So start typing tile type. There it is, tile dot. And which one do we want? Breakdown. So it's breakdown. Close the bracket. Close the bracket. Now save. Okay. Now that we've done this one, doing the other one should be easy. So copy this, paste here, and start typing closest. And simply change this to refuel. Okay. Now let's go here to case and see another one. What else do we have? Case.
We don't have enough time.
Just don't worry about it. Case.
Case.
Card type. Dot. Push backward. Push forward. Do you think push backward and push forward should allow you to select who you push backward and who you push forward, or should they only apply to you?
I think since we have the loos only applying to you and a bunch of them only applying to you, they should apply to random people. Unless you gotta target me, then it will have to apply to you.
Yes, I think so. I think that would be fairly interesting because then you can choose who to damage the most. I think that would be pretty cool. Okay, so I'll tell you what, we'll stop here for now. Okay, so let's give this a save again, and let's go and test this stuff because we may have broken it severely by making all of those state changes. Anyway, we'll find out. So rolling the die as green.
Let's see what he gets. 8, pretty good roll.
I think that ends up on a go again. So we go again. Oh, we don't get to draw. That's good. That's exactly as it should be.
Because he gotta go again.
That's right.
8.
So we get
Okay,
to
now he should draw.
we get to skip. Did you see that? Skip a turn. That was pretty cool.
Yep, now he's
Put it away.
Now he broke down.
Whoa, steal card. So we had 2 of them. Do you know why? Because we ended up here, so it gave us 2 to draw. So we need to go and take a look at this. Yeah, that was a problem. Interesting. So let's fix this right away because we found it. Evaluate landing tile. So when you end up on refuel, yeah, nice smack. Okay, rolling list instantiate blah 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 blah. I'm not sure why we got 2 cards. Perhaps there is
because of the one refuel and then the other refuel.
Yeah, no, but don't say that. It's not in the code. You don't know that. It doesn't make any sense. Let's test it again and let's see if we get it this time.
Green again.
Yeah. Okay, good. So we got to a 2. Now I cannot roll that. Push 2. So yeah, it looks like it may have been because of that, the refuel. Okay. Alright. So refuel rolling is false. List player instantiate blah 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 blah. List turn sequence active play transform rotation. I don't see anything that indicates to me that we ought to do anything more than draw a card. But one possibility is this. Let's go to our game manager and change this debug wanted value to 8. Now let's roll so we get to the refuel.
Okay.
There we go. So it's a refuel. Now I want to draw before I click. It doesn't let me. Then which is exactly as it should be. Then I roll again, I get another 8, sure, I don't care. And now that I got another 8, I can draw, push it, put it away. And it's not great. What the? I don't know what's happened. Oh boy, maybe we had one that allows you, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But this is the third time I think that in this particular game development cycle of this, we get this weird stuff. Right? That a bug appears and then disappears the following time. We can't repair it. Okay. Anyway, let's try testing the game a little bit. Okay. You do the honors. You do the clickety-clicky. Okay, there we go. So now before you click the dice, click on tabletop gear again. Nothing. Okay, click the dice.
Dice.
Okay, we get a 4. Now you should be able to click on the card.
To
refuel. Ooh, that's cool. Except it didn't happen. Except it didn't happen. Well, yeah, no surprise. No, wait, there should have been a surprise. That should have happened.
There?
So, play card. Sorry, can you please sit properly?
Sorry.
Thanks.
Okay. There.
Right. Otherwise, then you'll get agitated and hit things, and then everything breaks. So we got closest refuel, didn't we?
Yes.
I think that's the one we got. So, list active player, take malice, wait for card play phase was this. And the malice should have happened, but it didn't. Okay, so let's...
Is it one of those Unity bugs again?
No, I don't know. Let's not make that assumption for now. So, create closest style direction. So go debug.log.
Debug log.
Open round. Copy. Type quote. Back. Space. Quote. Plus. Paste. Close.
Oh.
Close. Same.
Press Control A.
Yeah. Copy all of this. Paste it here. Forward. Copy. Paste. Copy all of this. Paste. Equal. Therefore. Back. Save. Okay. Oh, yo. Yeah, well, we need to test at least a little bit. We should possibly implement some kind of debug.
Do we still have the 8 thingy on?
Possibly. I don't know. I thought I removed it. No.
No, we
not
don't.
There.
That's 11.
I just locked out. Are you serious?
This guy's like on fire.
Sure.
But he says it's just like
I'd very much love to test. There. Have a boom. Okay,
yeah,
now let's see if we get 3. Push 2.
Uh-oh, we broke something.
We're not in discard phase. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's how it should have behaved in the first place, right? Because we've rolled something and that card can't be found, so it never went to the other phase. So here you go, default, break. What does default mean? Do you know?
No.
Any other case that isn't listed. Okay, so default, and we're gonna put what we had before, which was discard phase equals true.
Okay, discard phase equals true.
Yeah.
Discard, there it is, phase equals true.
Semicolon. Okay, and here, actually possibly we should just call discard phase, but anyway, debug log, card not supported, and then we're gonna simply add the CT. Card type not supported yet. Okay, so now we'll have that, and let's just copy this card face over here, paste it here. That should do. Okay, now let's test again. because testing is fun. You do the clickety clicks.
I'll do the clockety clooks. Okie doke. Okay, 6, not 8 again.
Okay, now you should draw. Lose 1,000.
And he's
Boom!
got nothing.
It's clamped, so we know that's good. Now you should be in discard phase. So click on lose. There we go. Uh-oh. Grab another card. Yep. Lose 500. Click it. Grab another card.
Oh boy.
Mine.
Is this on purpose?
No, it's a bug. So now we draw forever. 2 breakdown. Oh, that worked wrong too. It was
Oh boy.
So it went backwards by 3. That's odd. Break the eye. It was forwards by 3. Right, I know why. Good. Okay, so all of these get maluses, just need a minus in front. Remember, I told you that. Okay, so there we go. That's good. Now, so that was great because it actually told us that that worked. Now, the problem is that the discard phase isn't happening after we wait for the card play phase. Or actually, it's happening, but then our discarding... So, wait, draw phase tells us cards to draw. Now, where does cards to draw go down? Hit Control F. Let's see. Cards to draw, cards to draw, cards to draw. Oi! I can see that. So, in discard phase, we left this by mistake. Save. Okay. Now, cards to draw. Oh, daddy. There it is. Draw card. Okay, there we go. Okay, that should work now. So every time we go to discard phase, it gives us another card. So that's how it happened. Okay.
Click.
Clickety click, 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 clickety click, click, click.
Click.
12. Woo!
Woo!
Look at 12. Okay. Click on the card. Steal 1,000. That doesn't work.
Doesn't
So
work.
card type. No, ooh, I smacked the microphone this time. Okay. So change turns. It's now green. Sorry, I didn't mean to smack the microphone. Sorry. Or oh dear. Push -1.
Useless.
You see card type not supported yet. Push backward. Okay, click it. Red.
Click. Arrow. Come on.
6.
Overtake.
Click.
Click.
Lose 500.
Bye.
Oh, poor red. Yeah. Click the card. Okay. Blue turn. Click on the dice wheels.
Not the car.
Click on the dice wheels.
Overtake. Overtake. He did 2 overtakes.
Lost all the points.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Or blue.
Yellow in the meantime. Just
A lot of do. Machines.
nobody knows what that means. Okay, open that.
Which
Push -3, not supported.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
Green.
Well, I do, but it's not supported. So there you go.
10. Nice roll.
Oh, bam, bam. And dodges that thing. Pariah.
Pariah,
Oh, that
what's
would be
that again?
target me.
Oh, yeah.
Click it. It's not supported for now. That one was going to be interesting.
Phew.
We're going to have to add a variable or something. 8. Boom. Boom. Click the card. Skip it. Oh. Let's see if that works actually. I'm curious. Go. Roll a die with
Blue.
5. 3, 4, 5. Breakdown.
2 big breakdown people right
Roll a
now.
card. Roll a card.
Oh, oops. Roll a card.
Push +3.
Useless. And yellow's just...
You would have actually given him an overtake. Okay. Yeah.
Yellow's just...
Push -1.
Useless. Okay, green's turn. 3. Okay, it should be red's turn now. But I need to flip. Oh, no,
And
it's
the red
yellow's?
was skipped.
Yes, good.
Perfect.
It works.
It works. 9. Oh,
Oh. Just yellow's rocking
boy
this.
again, sister. Go again. Okay. Yeah, you need to get a card. Push -2. Yeah, okay. Everything seems to be working fairly nicely. I'm a fan of this. Boing.
Bong.
Oi!
Oi.
Cured.
Everything seems to be working fine. But
Okay, so I know exactly what happened. We have a overtake happening that needs to happen here too. That's the issue. So there already is a player that is where we are going to end up. Now, I don't know how we're going to fix this, at least right now, but it shouldn't be too difficult. See? And so the evaluation of the position was wrong. That's the issue. Okay, well, we're going to have to figure this out. It's a rare case. We should probably fix it now because we found it, but we'll worry about it next time. Here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to put, excuse me, can bug out when overtaking, landing on mine, falling back to overtake again to do. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if I'm correct. We're just going to test one small little thing, and here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna remove maximizing. Okay, and now we're gonna use a little cheaty thingy here. So let's think. When you land on this mine, you fall back 3 spaces. So you're gonna fall here. If we put a player here, okay, that means roll 1, 2, 3, and then the second one rolls a 5, we should reproduce the bug. So let's roll a 3.
So red's the unlucky guy.
Let's roll a 3. There we are. Sure.
Push -2 useless.
Now roll a 5 with green.
Let's just hope we don't get any cards that are actually useful.
Crash. Yes. Told you. So we overtook once from before, and now we are going to overtake again as we land. And I don't actually think this particular bug has any permanence, in the sense that now it's still being calculated correctly. But when you were here, the update of positions was wrong. Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna have to look into this. And on that bombshell...
Bombshell? What's a bombshell?
Bombshell is when you say something very impressive or scary and everybody goes like, "Whoa."
Oh.
Right. So it wasn't really a bombshell, but whatever. Anyway, we're done for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. We're going to continue working on these cards and how they function next time. Until next time, bye-bye.
See ya.